you can review the answers again later on.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So the postgraduate work permit is based on the length of your studies.
Yeah.
So if you have done 1 year, they will give you only for 1 year. So did they give you for 1 year?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like some of the people in my class have got for 3 years, and there are few of us who have got for 1 year.
Okay.
So I don't know the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, maybe your passport was valid for more than 1 year.
Yeah, it was valid. It's valid till 2022 or 2024.
Okay. So sometimes if it is a mistake by the immigration, you can reapply again.
Yeah, I've done that. So I called them.
What are they saying?
So the reason that that person gave me, like when I called CIC, was that the way our transcript is given, this is a 1 year program, but like we don't have any gaps. Like it's a 3 continuous semesters, and all our courses run simultaneously, like from the first semester all the way to the last semester. It's not like they have like separate courses every semester. So the university issues a transcript as if like the courses started only in the first semester. And
so that's
a mistake. Confused them or something. And so that's why they said like I need to give them a letter saying that this is the case. That's why the transcript is so and so. So I did that, and I had applied it in March, like reapplied the thing. But exactly on the day of my biometrics, the Service Ontario shut down, and I've been waiting since then to do the biometrics. So it's stuck there.
So this is not a very grave problem. So this will resolve as soon as you get the biometrics. So this will resolve, and you rightly said because of the way some colleges have decided to produce and show the transcripts. So it is not sometimes very evident to the case processing officer. So this problem will resolve, and you will get it most likely another one, or maybe a re-edited, or like a new one.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So right now, are you working for what? What are you working as?
So I work as a product engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer by background. So I did my master's in mechanical in US. I worked there for a few years, went back to India, and then came back here.
Yeah. Where were you working in US?
In Dallas, Texas.
Okay. For which company?
It was a manufacturing company called Ultra Seating. We manufactured seats for trucks.
Yeah, and you had F1 visa there.
I had F1, then H1B,
and H1B.
Yeah, and now I have like a visitor visa there, but
that's fine. So you applied for a study visa from US to Canada?
No, I did. I went back to India for about 4 or 5 years. Back in 2012, I went back to India, and in 2018, I came to Canada.
Okay, again, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so your wife has been approved for the dependent spouse visa?
Not yet. She had done we did like my wife's and my son's visa in February and March. So she exactly like on 13th of March, whatever, she did her biometrics just 1 day before the Service Canada.
Before the coronavirus
before the thing happened.
Okay.
So she luckily got that, but her thing is still in process. The visa is still in process. What happened was I had asked them because son's he's 6 years old, so he's going to be right now he's in first grade. He's going to be in second grade. So over here in Waterloo County, they don't give any sort of acceptance letter or anything before the student comes here. And even then, they don't give any acceptance. They just take the student. If you have a work permit or study permit, they just accept the student. So I didn't know what to do. So I'd call them, and they said "Oh, you cannot apply for study permit." And so I applied for visitor visa. That was my first mistake there.
Yeah.
And
it's a mistake.
So they refused the visitor visa about a couple of weeks ago. and they asked me like, because it's most likely he's going to stay for more than 6 months, you need to apply for study permit. That was the reason given.
Of course.
And so now I'm applying for study permit for him, and like, you know, I figured out the process, but it still asks for like there is like in the form there is I think, what is that form called,
The
one
form number is 1294.
yeah, 129 form,
Yep.
that asks for like tuition fees and room and board cost and all those things. He has no tuition because like on work permit they don't charge like anything for the school, so I didn't know what to include there. Of course, I'll be attaching like my salary, pay stubs, and all those things, and a
Yeah,
letter saying that I'll be
I'll come to the answer. I've understood your question. I'll come to the answer right away.
okay.
I have done many cases like this, and I remember a client in Toronto, just about I think 5 months or 6 months, and she was working as she's still working as a work permit, and her son was I think 14 or 13 years old from India,
Mhm.
and they also did the same mistake. I think some consultant said visitor visa or something, and they got declined, and then we applied for the study visa,
Yeah.
and she got the study visa for the
Mm.
for the son. So in the study permit application, when you write information about admission, all you have to say is this person, the applicant, is a minor
Mm.
and a dependent of the father who is on the work permit, on the skill PG work permit, and and he does not require a confirmed admission.
Mhm.
He does not require a confirmed admission in any DLI, and that's it. If you write this line, that's all it is.
Okay.
They will not ask you any other question.
Uh, Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I can include in the cover letter that I upload.
You can include in the cover letter or on the when you open the form where it says name of the school where
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
offering admission. You can write this line.
Okay. Okay.
You can write this line
Mm.
if you want. I can give you the whole sentence
Yeah.
that
Mm.
minor children
Yeah.
as a dependent of a parent who has a postgraduate work permit do not need admission to the
Okay.
secondary school. I can show you. Uh,
Mhm.
this is also on the government website. If you want to take a look,
Yeah. Yeah.
have you seen the website? I can show
Yeah,
you.
I saw that. That's what, like, after doing this, like when I got the thing, like I did that research.
Wait a second. I'll show you. I'll show
Okay.
you as a proof what I'm saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that to prove you what we are doing is the right thing. I'll show you
Mhm.
as a proof. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on the government website. Let me
Hmm.
just bring you here. I'm on the government website, and this is immigration website. You see this,
Yes.
and what you are seeing is studying in Canada as a minor. All right. So
Hmm.
minor. See, he's minor. All
Yeah.
right. So I go down below. I go down below, and I want to show you something. What do you see on the screen?
So minor children before entering
Good.
Canada.
Good. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. All right. So you did a mistake earlier about
Hmm.
applying. So this is the answer to
Yeah.
your question.
Yes.
This is the answer to your question whether visitor visa or study visa. So many people in Canada also do not know this, and I was surprised many lawyers also did not know this, but that's fine.
Oh.
So this is the answer to your first question,
Hmm.
and this is the answer to your second question. Look at this. Can you read this for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you read this?
Yeah. I can. If you are coming to Canada with parents who have valid study or work permit, you don't need to provide a letter of acceptance from school when you apply for study permit.
Good.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
the answer. That is the answer
Yeah.
to your second question. And if you want, you can do a printout of this,
Hmm.
this page.
Yeah.
You know, I can send you a link. You can do a printout of this page and highlight what I said.
Okay.
This thing. Where's that? This one.
Hmm.
So you can highlight it and print it and attach it to the application itself.
Okay.
And there, I have no doubt that you will get the study visa for your child. So they will not say anything.
Hmm.
But if you get refused or something, then you can call me. Then I
Mm.
can appeal it, or I can do what I have to do. But
Okay.
I'm sure if you print this page
Yeah.
and highlight what I said
Yeah.
there, that should be fine. You will get the. You have to wait for the coronavirus because of the coronavirus. Maybe they are not doing those applications as quickly as
Yeah. Yeah.
needed, or maybe it's not considered as essential services. So
Hmm.
you have to let this clear out. Maybe till August or September. Hopefully by September, if the new session of the
Mm.
school may start. I do not know in Ontario. Maybe it's still in
Mm.
Alberta. It's still online right now.
Yeah.
But if the that may be another challenge uh, if the school session is not normal, like open in a
Hmm.
normal classroom, then they may not give the visa at all. So that's another problem.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with the immigration and with the
Yeah.
law. But if things were normal, if they were normal things, then they would give. If you
Hmm.
code this thing, what I just showed you,
Yeah.
they will give you the visa.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that the other thing I was worried because like with every passing month, my work permit is only valid right now as of what it is only till December 11th. So that's what I was worried because like more months pass, you're getting closer to that day, and
Yeah.
that should not become like a reason for them to say like why are they coming in when you have only so many months left.
Yeah. So
So
so there's nothing you can do about it. I
yeah.
can give you two ideas.
Hmm.
Uh, you can submit a study permit application for your child immediately online.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least your application is submitted as in process. So whenever
Yeah.
that session opens, so they will know that you had applied at least 8 months before or 10
Yeah.
months before the time. So at least you'll
Yeah.
have that advantage. The second idea is for you to make an express entry profile.
Hmm.
Do you have express entry profile?
Yeah, I had it. It just expired, so I have to like
Okay. So
re.
here's my second suggestion for you is you you make an express entry profile
Okay.
immediately. Immediately means today, right?
Okay.
Make as soon as possible, and
Okay.
then show in the family your wife and your child.
Hmm.
And when you apply for the study permit application, you can show the express entry file number, and tell them in the cover letter that they are also part of my express entry at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that will help you consolidate. Uh, how the aims are of these of the wife and child after,
Hmm.
because if the if your work permit is expiring in December, the one question that the visa officer would be asking himself is, what is your plan after December?
Yeah.
Okay, so, but if the plan is already to have an express entry and PR through SO, they will not likely block you. I
Okay.
can give you some examples where
Yeah.
somebody whose work permit was expiring and they were not filing for PR, or they were not filing for PNP. They were not given the visa for the dependents because they were not sure what is the work
Mm.
permit holder doing after December.
Yeah.
But if you have already clearly shown your intention that you want to seek
Hmm.
permanent residence, so they will not likely use that
Mm.
expiry time of the work permit as a basis of refusal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there, that was my other concern. So what happened was I got my work permit in December 2019, but at that point I didn't have the job in my hand. I was working part time, like since the time I applied for the work permit, from that time all the way till I got my job somewhere towards the end of January this year. So, based on my calculations so far, by December 11th, I don't make like those 1560 hours. I will fall short by about 70, 60, 70 hours.
Yeah, you are talking about. I think you're talking about Canadian experience class.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that anybody can do to extend that hours or extend that duration. You have to do whatever you have to do to proceed with what you have.
Okay.
By the time December, right now, how many hours do you have?
Uh, so right now I do like till date.
Yeah, till
Uh,
what is the total amount of experience that you have in Canada? How many hours total?
so I've been working since January 27th at 30 hours per week.
Okay,
And
so you
before
you
that,
must you can make a spreadsheet table and count the number of
yeah.
hours.
So 1 second. So that's 4 months into 60. Yeah, I think before that I had about 117 hours from the part-time job,
Yeah, yeah.
and approximately like four into.
So you have very less hours, I
Yeah,
guess.
so there's a very less hours, so about 500 and something, like 600 approximately hours so far.
Yeah.
So
So there's nothing I can do to help you extend that hours. You have whatever hours you have, but
yeah,
uh, you can also look at, do you have experience working in India or in
yeah,
US? Okay.
yes.
So how much experience? When you calculate your express entry points,
Mhm.
how much points do you get by
So
using that experience?
so far, with whatever I have and the Canadian degree and everything, it comes to only 375 points.
Three. And you are a civil engineer? Do you say so mechanical engineer?
Mechanical. Yeah.
Mechanical. So there are two options that you can do right now. I mean, there's nothing I can.
Mm,
Let's say three options. It's something that you can consider.
mm.
Go and check out the Ontario nomination program for master's degree people.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. So I don't know
Yeah.
whether they have reopened it. It was like they had shut down the
Okay.
applications or
You
something.
you have you have to go and find
Okay.
out and call them. All right.
Okay.
So it's called. You have a master's degree from Ontario, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is only for master's graduate stream.
Mm-hmm.
This is under OINP. So I think
Mm.
if you have a job offer, you are working, you have a
Yeah.
salary, this might be something that you should take a look. I can show you on the screen, but I will leave you for you to uh,
Yeah.
you know check this on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you on the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's called OINP Master's
Mm-hmm.
Graduate Stream, and it tells you every on it, and it tells you what the documents are, and everything, education, and
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. It's kind of pretty much have everything. So you need
Okay.
language, IELTS. You're living in Ontario. You have settlement funds and residency. Pretty much is very simple. I mean, it's not
Mm-hmm.
something that you need to go to a lawyer. You can
Yeah.
you can read this on your own, and
Mm.
you can apply this one. So I would strongly urge you right now, before you do anything
Yeah.
else, you should go and check this out, and then find out if that is that is of value to you. It may be or it may be not. So
Mm-hmm.
so this is one thing. Second, you still will make a express entry profile, whatever points you have,
Mm.
using the foreign experience. And if you have around 350 or you said 360 points, you can choose to. They
Mm-hmm.
will ask you questions. They will ask you questions on within the express entry that do you wish to seek nomination under
Mm-hmm.
any province? So you can
Yeah.
definitely indicate Ontario. If not Ontario, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Alberta or somewhere else. So if they need mechanical engineers, so they will contact you for
Mm.
nomination request. So that is a second idea that you can work out. The third is that uh, if you think that maybe OINP master's graduate stream will not work for you, you may have to talk to your employer
Mm.
for a LMIA to extend the work permit.
Mm.
just in case. Just in case if by
Yeah.
November, let's say by November, things don't work out in your point system in Express Entry or in OINP Master's Graduate Stream, you have to tell the employer, look, if you like my work and if you like me to continue working here,
Yeah.
so they will have to file for a LMIA for you, and the
Okay.
LMIA takes about 3 to 4 months. So you
Hmm.
should start this discussion around, I would say, in October, if not earlier.
Hmm.
So by October, you must make this a discussion with your employer that I need a LMIA. If they are not willing to give you for any reason, then you have to switch employer. You have to go to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's absolutely no other way out. So just to summarize, one is you will make an
Yeah.
Express Entry profile immediately.
Hmm.
Second is you will apply and check out OINP Master's Graduate Stream.
Yes.
This is all online application. You don't have to go to any
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Everything is online. You can do this online. Third is you need to discuss with your employer possibility of extending this through LMIA. If they are open,
Mm.
well and good. If they are not, then you have to keep your eyes peeled towards looking at some different employer, maybe in a different province, maybe in BC,
Mhm.
or who knows, Nova Scotia or Prince Edward Island,
Yeah.
where they are more generous in in
Mhm.
sponsoring. I know for example, I know in Alberta, if a student who has a postgraduate work permit, all right,
Yeah.
and who has worked only for 6 months. So 6 months in Alberta, so they will automatically qualify for AINP automatically. There's absolutely no doubt about
Oh.
it. So it's some provinces maybe too also live like you can check out on Prince Edward Island.
Hmm.
I think you possibly do not need even a job experience in that thing. If you have a job offer, let's say if
Mm.
you can you should keep your resume polished and keep sending your resume.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you have a job offer, the first thing you tell them, look, I need a sponsorship for nomination. If you are willing to, then I can make a jump. Otherwise,
Hmm.
hey, goodbye.
Okay.
So that's all you can do. Meanwhile, you apply for the child study visa.
Hmm.
uh, by the way, when you apply for a child study visa, also indicate in the cover letter that your wife's application is also pending,
Okay.
giving them the file
Yeah.
number so that they know
Yeah.
that the mother and the child are looking to come together.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. What other questions do you have for me?
So, so yeah, that was one. I think that already answers about the P. That's what I was wondering, like what different options I was having, like if this my work permit doesn't get extended and all that. Uh, and now, like other thing was like if because I don't know when they're going to open Service Canada and when that biometrics are going to start, and after that they will start processing my appeal for considering the extension of the
Yeah.
work permit.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't happen before December, like what would be my status? Like, do I have to
Uh,
change?
if that
Have
doesn't
to change?
happen, then you may have to extend uh, your status as a visitor visa just to
Okay.
keep it stay legal. You have to do that, but
Mm.
you should check out on the IRCC website, because if the biometrics are not happening
Yeah.
because of no fault of yours, they cannot
Yeah.
penalize you for
Mhm.
lack of compliance to that application.
Yeah.
But hey, if push comes to shove, if it doesn't happen, then you have to extend yourself on a visitor visa. But I don't think
Yeah.
that will come to that far,
Mhm.
because if you take these steps, Express Entry indicate that you want to be
Mhm.
nominated to any provinces. Look out for any employers, or including your same employer, for a
Mhm.
LMIA at least 4 months before December. I think you will get lucky somehow.
Mhm.
Maybe one of these things will click.
Okay. If I have to go for LMIA, like is that mm, like has to be done by the employer or like I have to do something?
The LMIA is always done by the employer, not by you.
Okay.
So It is a simple form. It's about 18-page form that they have to
Mm-hmm.
fill and submit it to Service Canada. It tells the government what is the job, how much income you are getting, and all this miscellaneous information.
Okay.
It has to be done by them, not by you.
Okay. So so over there, I had the question about like what is the thing that is required from the company side, like in terms of qualifying as a valid employer.
I can send you a form for you to read through it, and you can check
Okay.
on Google
Yes,
also.
sure.
If you type on Google the LMIA form, you will see it.
Hmm.
The LMIA form is the summary of uh, why do they need to hire you, what is the
Hmm.
salary, can they find similar employers to hire in that region, why are they not hiring Canadian citizens and Canadian PR, why are they hiring a foreigner. So that is the justification. What advantage do you bring, what skills do you bring, how do you help them not cast a negative impact on the labor markets of Canada. So that
Hmm.
is the summary. So for this, they have to produce their own financials. How much money they have, how many people are working in that company, what is their business, have they done this before? Those miscellaneous information, not something that you will be able to handle on your own. The
Hmm.
company is this a big company?
No, this is a small company started in 2018. It's
How many people are
startup.
working here?
Right now we are four of us.
Okay, so the owner
Yeah.
of the company will have all this information.
Yeah. Yeah.
The owner or HR manager or somebody will have all this
Yeah.
information.
Okay. Yeah.
How,
No,
mu-
that's
how
what
much
I was.
how much salary are they offering?
They're offering 60K right now.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
bet they will have all this information, and they will be able to
Hmm.
justify why
Hmm.
your employment is vital to the business and how it should continue.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's what I was only worried because we are not like a very big company or has been in existence for a very long time or anything like
No.
that.
But
It's a start.
4 years is okay. 4 years is not bad. I mean, they would have information about how much is your sale, how much is your
Yeah.
profit, what is the payroll. I bet they will have all this information.
Yeah. So that's what like I don't know. Not it's not 4 years. It's 2018, I believe.
Okay.
It was incorporated. So about 2 years old. And we've just started doing sales. So there is not like past history of sales or whatever.
Yeah. I would strongly encourage you to uh, make this discussion right now, right away, instead of waiting till
Okay.
December.
Yeah.
I think you will get a feel of whether they will be okay with
Yeah.
this or not.
Hmm.
If they are, then it solves your problem. If not, then hey,
Okay.
you have to make some alternate arrangements.
Okay.
If you have a permanent arranged job offer from them, which is
Yeah.
one option of LMIA, you will be able to claim extra 50 points on your express entry.
Okay.
So that is another advantage. And of course, you don't have to worry about your work permit. But if your work permit
Hmm.
expires
December.
in December, and if the LMIA, the validity is still open, so it's open only for 6 months, so
Hmm.
they can file it. We don't know how long will it take right now because of coronavirus. If they file it right
Oh.
now, it may take 4 months. Who knows?
Okay.
So it's already, you know, July, August, September. If you file now, maybe it will come in October. So you will
Mm.
have the LMIA valid for another 6 months after
Oh.
September. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can use that to extend your work permit, and at
Okay.
the same time claim at least 50 points on Express Entry profile.
Okay. So that 50 points is once LMIA is approved.
One once your one it yes, LMI is it's you have to read the form
Mm.
itself. There are
Okay.
two versions of LMI. One is for the purpose of issuing the work permit. The second is for the issuance of a arrange qualifying job offer to help you get points in express entry.
Okay.
So they can choose both options or they can choose one option. So that's how it will go. If you choose both options, then you will be able to use it for extra 50 points on your profile.
Okay. So yeah, right now I have they have offered like a full-time uh, permanent job. So
Well, if it is a full-time permanent job offer, and if they intend to
mm,
let you continue, working indefinitely, then
mm,
I would strongly urge you to tell them today, means
okay,
immediately, that you need the support for
mm,
your PR applications, and they should file for the LMIA
okay,
immediately, like maybe a few
yeah,
days.
okay. So that also for the LMI application, is that an online process, or like do I need
Uh, it
follow?
can be submitted online. I'm not so sure right now. It used to be paper application, but you have to go to the website. I can send you a link.
Okay,
You can read the form and find
yeah,
out it's
sure.
online or not. But it used to be sent by paper. I'm not sure about whether it can be submitted online or not.
Okay,
But if it is a paper application, then the paper application has to be printed, and then it has to be mailed by Canada Post to the center.
yeah, all right. Okay. I think that pretty much covers everything. So, like in the form I 120, what is that? I-129 for the study permit. In
Hmm.
that uh, tuition fees and all that, I'll just can just leave it blank or put
Yeah,
zero there and just
yeah.
put that sentence in the name of this in place of the name of the school,
That's right.
and should be
Just
done.
just
Right.
print my page. The page I showed you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you just
Okay.
print the page, highlight the section that I showed you, and then attach it to it. I think they will understand. They should understand, of course.
Yeah.
If they still don't understand, then there's a problem in challenging them. But
Yeah.
that's what you should do.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get this done. So I think, yeah, that pretty much covers all the questions I had. Uh, and yeah, I believe you said that your fees were different from what I had submitted, right? So
Yeah, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. That's okay. Doesn't matter.
it's like,
No, no,
oh, okay.
don't worry about it. That's fine.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay.
Morgan.
So just apply for
Yeah.
your child visa. Let me know if some problem. If they still refuse it, then we have to take some other action then.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's just that I can read all the stuff, like, but if somebody tells me like confidently like you, then I know it becomes a lot more easier. Otherwise, it becomes quite stressful to figure out whether I'm doing everything correctly or not. So that's why this was quite helpful.
Sure.
Thank you for that. And I will go ahead do this application, also create the profile, express entry profile. So and see if my employer is willing to do the LMIA thing, because